This is Innovation Fixation, a series featuring local inventors showcasing the future of technology in our community.
Hi, I'm Lisa Monteleone, Tampa City Council member, and this is Innovation Fixation. Welcome. Today, I have Jonathan Solomon with me from UVentures. And Jonathan, tell us a little bit about UVentures.
Well, UVentures was developed based on a technology that Dr. Michael Found, the director for the Center for Entrepreneurship at USF, developed over the course of the last 10 years. IP Tech Exchange, who does assessment, came forward about 3 years ago and worked with Dr. Found to make this algorithm more of a digital methodology, something that could be done by the average person and university professors and corporations and just everybody.
So what was the technology that was developed?
So the idea behind the technology is simply to figure out if your idea can be commercialized, whether it's patented or it's not patented. It was developed initially for universities because USF, for instance, sits with a plethora of patents. So it's a high price to figure out if it's even worth commercializing. Our algorithm is a limited use for an entire year. From there, we've decided that corporations can use it. Even the average person who has a great idea and they want to make it a reality, they can use our algorithm for a small price and figure out if it's an idea that they can actually take to market.
That's probably so valuable to people because you can spend years developing something, and if you don't have the audience for that product or for that service or for that idea, a lot of people are serial entrepreneurs and they could go on to something else rather than spend time with maybe a product or an idea or a service that's premature. Correct.
So for a university's perspective, for instance, they sit with a number of patents, and it could take weeks upon weeks for them to figure out if it's even worth commercializing. And it's at a high cost of up to $30,000 for just one patent. And then they still have to find somebody to commercialize it. Our algorithm is an unlimited use, and it takes about 15 minutes for them to figure out if it's worth commercializing. And so a university in a matter of a few days can find their next 5 rock star patents.
Wow. And they say time is money. So the
money.
more time you save, the more money can be put into other projects.
Exactly. And if you need help, we're willing to sit down and help you and fill out the form for you and try to get you to that point of figuring out if it's worth commercializing.
But so do you know a little bit about why the light bulb went off and said, we need something like this?
So Dr. Michael Found at the Center for Entrepreneurship, he's the director at the University of South Florida. He developed this methodology about 10 years ago and has been teaching it in the classroom for the last 10 years. IP TechX, who does assessment on a higher level, came to him about 3 years ago, was working with him in the classroom on the technology and said, you know what, we think we can make this more user-friendly and make it a digital algorithm. And that's where the idea came from 3 years ago to become UVentures.
You developed some or identified some projects or products or ideas that have been developed that you could give me examples of?
So most of it's private and we can't share, but over the last 3 years, they've been testing and have come up with, to make sure that the algorithm does work, and over the last 3 years have perfected the methodology. So we're finishing our development of it. We're about to go into testing phase, a beta test in about a month, and then we'll launch officially in November.
That's really fantastic. And you mentioned before, if someone in our audience would like your help, you'd help them with forms. So I would imagine, since you already said there's things you can't talk about, there's some non-disclosure agreements, there's some degree of confidentiality so people don't have to worry about their ideas.
Right, so your privacy is our concern too, and that's a big thing. So when you share your information with us, it stays your information. We don't access it, we don't sell it. It's 100% private and secure. If someone brings their idea forward to us, we will assist them in filling the form out. But what we've made our form is incredibly consumer friendly. So just like TurboTax and LegalZoom have done for their industries, we make it very easy for anybody to fill the forms out themselves. We provide all the knowledge right there on the spot. It's very unlikely that they would need to come to us for help.
So it's great to have a a nice, user-friendly process. So that makes it much easier for people. So how did you get involved?
So I've been doing product development for the last 6 years. And I'm friends with Dr. Fountain. I'm a student of his.
Oh, really?
I graduated in 2009.
Wow.
So I was taught this process about 7
He
years
must be
ago.
very proud of that fact, to have a student come back and help him develop his idea.
I hope so. So knowing him and knowing the president of UVentures, they came forward to us. They were looking for funding. That's what I do. I do product development and I do funding of business ideas. And they said, would you be interested in this? So that's how myself and my company got involved in it.
Well, that's a terrific success story for students out there who are in entrepreneurship programs at universities. You're a product of that system and have come back to the university to help explore and expand their effectiveness, which is wonderful. Well, thank you for being with us today. And can you tell people how to get in touch with UVentures?
So for more information, they can reach out to UVentures, that's the letter U, ventures.com. Fill our form right now until we launch, and then we'll save your information, and we'll reach out to you when we're getting ready to launch.
Fantastic. Well, thanks for being with us. Thanks for working on the UVentures project, and I hope much success when you do launch, and we'll be on the lookout for you. So thank you.
If you'd like to be featured on Tampa Bay Community Network, please call 813-977-5200 or visit tbcn.org.